First moments of playing Waking, I was lost. I paused the game to look up the information that I could about it so that I could better understand what was going on. Nothing I found could have prepared me for this maze-like multi-genre adventure. The sense of confusion that I had in these early moments of gameplay only got worse after each hour. At its best, Waking is a story of self-reflection. You insert your name and answer some personal questions as the game attempts to narrate your life. The idea is that you are in a coma and close to death. However, you aren't ready to let the life you once had go, and you decide that your life is worth fighting for. This means that you'll be confronting various things about yourself through more personal questions and meditation. You'll probably get the most out of the game during these moments, but just know that there's a lot that happens between questions that make this game one of the messiest adventure games that I've played, save for Akuji the Heartless on the PlayStation. The questions are simple in the beginning, but do get rather personal. The idea is to use these parts about you as weapons against these evil things that you're fighting against. However, this is a game that loves the whole hold down this button to interact anytime that it can. Trust me, you'll be holding down a button during almost every moment of gameplay, whether that be charging a shot, opening up a door, or choosing a response. I was beginning to feel envious of other games who just had to press F to pay respects, because I would have loved to simply press a button for something to happen. The first hour of gameplay is more or less a tutorial, which this game has a lot of trouble with. Some elements of gameplay are pretty straightforward, but somewhere down the line, developer Jason Oda lost track of what this game was. There are action elements paired with narrative choices, adventure, item collecting, and puzzle solving, and none of them work together. After the tutorial, you'll go to a hub world out of nowhere and learn that you have multiple stages that you need to go through to unlock memories. However, this is delivered to you by random books scattered around the world. Then when you go to a mission area and choose a place on the map, you'll find that these are procedurally generated levels where you need to fight monsters and figure out puzzles to get to the end boss, which we'll get to later. There are also random items scattered around the map that do things like open up locked doors for upgrades or provide some type of power up, but honestly, I didn't really care about any of that. Attacks in the game are a whole different beast. So there's this element called neurons that you can collect to use special abilities and interact with objects during a level. However, only one skill can be equipped at a time, which can only be chosen from a menu. These abilities are sometimes required to take down a specific enemy or get through a level, so expect to be messing around with them for a bit. But if you run out of neurons, you might get yourself stuck. Oh boy, but I'm not done yet. Some items allow you to use melee attacks, which require you to pick up and hold down a button to charge them into you. Then you are granted a few strikes, to which you'll need to find the item again to use the melee. Other attacks include throwing objects, which can also be used as temporary shields. Damage taken is unusual, and it doesn't only affect your health. It adds to elements like fear and other status effects that can lead to hinder your character. What's most confusing about all of this is the constant state of strafing that your character seems to be in. It makes it appear like your character is always ready for battle, even during the more calm moments. Enemies in the game are annoying, but they aren't too much of a threat. The bosses, on the other hand, are incredibly haphazard and out of place as you make your way through this gray and brown world. The best part about the bosses is the anime-like music that plays when you fight them. Does it fit the game? Hell no, but it happens to be the best part about the battle as you chip away their health bar. One of the most frustrating moments of the game is when you beat a boss and can't complete the mission because when you try to open up the end chest, you are told that you have to have more than 40 points of health left. When in the game did it tell you this? It doesn't. It tells you after the battle, which forces you to restart the entire level and make it through without losing too much health. Incredible. Waking has a massive problem with direction, but it seems like the developer tried really hard to make that not an issue. The opening of the game holds your hand through every encounter and beyond, but it doesn't help. I feel like this stems from the game trying to do way too much. Now, if it was a walking simulator that forced me to reflect on my life, I might have had a bit more fun with it, but these messy adventure systems were definitely out of place. Waking will have you eager to wake up within the first few hours. Its compelling self-reflective narrative is overshadowed by some of the worst adventure mechanics and systems that I've played in quite some time. Perhaps the game should go through some self-reflecting of its own and figure out exactly what it wants to be, because this is a complete mess. Noisy Pixel is giving Waking a 3 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please read the full review at noisypixel.net. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers who work hard to deliver news, reviews, previews, and more. Please subscribe to keep up with all our future content.